Right. Hail and kill caller, you're on the air.
Hail and kill.
Well, did you get the family squared away there, Tim?
Yeah, it was over an ice cream.
All right. Well, I wouldn't want to cut into the family time, especially if you're going to talk about adult content here.
Yeah, Tim.
I did remember some things I needed to talk to you guys about.
Okay.
I met Angry Anderson last week.
I saw your photo, and he just barely came up under your armpit.
But I did one of the first things I did was I said that Chris and Neely from the Classic Metal Show said hello.
And he said, "Who the fuck are those guys?"
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I did remind him of the whole nighting wood and the whole thing with Chris and Billy. I don't think he remembered.
Nah, that was years ago. He's just like, who let you in here anyway? Who are you? Get out of here.
How did you end up meeting him, Tim? Was he visiting a hospital that you were in or something?
And the other thing I was going to talk about...
Well, wait a minute, Tim. You didn't answer the question. So how did you meet him? What was
the question?
How did you meet him? How did you meet Angry Anderson?
How did I meet him?
Yeah, how did you meet him?
Yeah, I was in the mental asylum. No. I met him because there's a program here in Sydney run by local music stores called the Weekend Warriors program, and what that is, it's basically to get people that aren't professional musicians, that play in their bedroom and stuff, and get them out playing. And Angry Anderson is part of the Weekend Warriors program here in Caringbah, so I literally had to walk 2 minutes away from my house to go and meet him. He was there teaching vocal. So
well, did you have the urge to tap him on top of the head, much like Benny Hill?
No. I think I've got a bit more respect for the guy than that.
Well, remember how Benny Hill used to tap that little bald guy on the head, just slap him on the head?
No, I should go look that up on YouTube. I do remember Benny Hill being extremely funny, though.
Right. Did you feel like you could have rested a beer can on Angry's head?
Well, I did look down, and it was very shiny. Let me tell you that.
How far down did you look, Tim? Be honest.
Did you look at the angry inch?
You stole my joke, you bastard.
No. But have you ever thought that with a fella like that may be half of his body length?
All right, Tim, is there more to the story?
No, not really. I mean, I was just going to ask you guys about, have you guys seen, or I guess you may have discussed this already tonight, but how Geoff Tate's been behaving in the media lately?
He's been doing well. We'll get there.
Yeah, well, it's just, why does he feel the need to keep bringing up Queensryche?
Well, what else does he have to bring up? That's his legacy.
And what would you like him to talk about? Myth? The old days of myth?
Well, what if he talked about what he's doing now?
Because he hasn't started doing it yet.
He just closed out his chapter with Queensryche, so that's all he's got to talk about.
I think yesterday was the last gig, or tonight or something.
Yeah, I know, but it's just the fact that he goes, I won the lawsuit, blah 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 blah, and Queens. I read some headline the other day that said Queensryche would have never achieved anything without me, or something along those lines. And I'm just thinking,
that point.
How arrogant!
Yeah, it's hard to argue that point, though.
Well, I don't know, man. The Toddler Tory front of the
Okay,
album.
Todd
Pretty
Latore
good.
is doing an imitation of who?
Yeah.
He's singing all of Jeff's songs.
And when he's doing original songs, he's doing original songs that sound like what Geoff did.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Anyway, and you guys will probably get into that. Anyway.
Well, the old Tim, the old saying goes that the whole is greater than the sum of the parts.
Well, yeah. I mean, but you know, it is what it is. It should just kind of, I don't know. I just kind of think he should move on.
Tim, let me tell you a secret about let me tell you a secret about the industry at the level that Geoff Tate is in. Okay? Geoff has to keep talking about this shit until he has a new product. Once he has a new product, then he can talk about the new product. But until he has a new product, he won't sell any of that new product unless he's still talking about Queensryche. Is it shitty? Yes, but it is the way it is. If he doesn't keep banging the Queensryche door, then he's going to end up not selling well because people are not going to know what Operation Mindcrime is.
I guess so. Yeah, I mean, you guys are in the media, so, you know, you guys are right.
Well, Tim,
anyway, Halen Kill.
Tim.
What?
Do you recall about 10 years ago Mick Jagger put out a solo record? Do you recall that at all?
I own all of them.
All right. Well, regardless of that, you recall him putting out a solo record. About his last one. How well was that received, and how well did it sell?
It didn't sell really well the last one. I remember that.
There you go. Without the Rolling Stones, Mick Jagger is nothing.
Let's bring it down to Tim's level there, Neely. How about that record called 58 that Nikki Sixx was in? Got that record, Tim?
Yeah.
Are there 10 other people that you can name that own that record?
Apart from me, I know one other guy that owns it.
That's my point. And that's Nikki Sixx of your favorite band, Motley Crue.
Well, yes. Yep. That's true. I actually don't like that record at all.
Of course not, because it's crap. Anyway. But it's a terrible record, but that's not even the point. The point is that it didn't sell because Motley Crue wasn't around. It was separate from Motley Crue.
What do you mean?
Nikki Sixx as a solo artist is nothing without the Motley Crue name.
You probably
How many copies of Carved in Stone did Vince Neil sell?
Yeah, not many.
Not many. Why?
I think he sold more.
He wasn't in Motley Crue at the time.
He sold more of Exposed, didn't he? I think he sold more of Exposed than Carved in Stone.
He did sell more of Exposed, but he sold more of Exposed because he got to tour with Van Halen.
Yeah, it's true.
He still looked like a rock star.
And plus his song that You're Invited But Your Friend Can't Come, which is the title or the hit song off that record, sounded like Motley Crue.
Yeah,
and a lot of people did not know the difference yet.
That's true too.
Yeah, I guess if people were uneducated or they didn't bother to look, I'd imagine that people might have that reaction. Yeah, I guess.
And plus, it got radio play.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's all about selling what you can and using what you can. So I guess Geoff Tate still has to, use Queensryche. I mean, Geoff Tate's an amazingly talented guy. I guess I'm a bit perplexed because he's not standing on his own 2 feet yet.
Not yet. Big things are going to come, though, Tim. Big things are yet to come.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll be there. I'll support both camps. So, we'll see what happens.
I'm sure a guy that takes it in the turd cutter is just what Jeff's looking for.
All right. Talk to you guys soon. Hail and kill.
Hail and kill.
Hail and Kill, boys. It's Tim James calling from Sydney, Australia. How are you?
Well, thanks for calling, Tim.
Hail and Kill, fuck you, pal, and hand job!
And there goes Tim.
Tim's not very popular in the chat room. Tim has brain damage from sucking too many dicks. Oh my God, he needs to hang up. Someone drop a fucking nuke on Australia. Look, Tim, there's a bag of dicks with your name on it.
Wow.
Jesus. People don't like Tim.
I like Tim.
I like Tim.
I like Tim when he calls.
I'm not saying that any of those things are not true, like him having brain damage from sucking too many dicks, but I do like Tim. Tim's all right.
Sure. All right, dude. Well, I need a drink.
All right.
So in light of all this nonsense with these AIDS-infected stories,
okay,
thought I would play an AIDS-infected song.
All right.
So here's Dokken from Back for the Attack with The Kiss of Death.
All right.
Exclusively here.
On your classic metal